afternoon. Thank you, Governor. It's an honor to be here with Secretary Keneally, with Commissioner Burrell, Secretary Sutters, and Mayor Rivera from Lawrence to talk about the advisory board and the work ahead of us as we launch this effort in conjunction with industry stakeholders, municipal leaders, and start to plan for the reopening of our Massachusetts economy. As the Governor said, this is a process that needs to be smart, needs to be putting safety first, and needs to be phased. And when I think about the work that we are about to do, we do that in partnership with the voices that we need to hear from local businesses, your small businesses, women and minority-owned businesses, your favorite stops and shops in your neighborhoods, your downtowns, your main streets, the places that are so familiar to you that, like all of us here, miss going to and miss the familiarity with the connections that we have with people in these places. And we'll listen to them. We'll listen to the industry leaders that will advise us from businesses small and large throughout our Commonwealth. And as the Governor clearly stated, this process must and will be guided by the public health metrics that we watch so closely every single day to inform us what a safe reopening looks like here in our Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So regarding the advisory board, all of us, as I said, government officials, state and local, industry, employees, and customers will need to work together in order for this to be successful. We think about how impactful social distancing is here in our Commonwealth. We are recognized as a leader in people taking personal responsibility for that. And this will be no different in terms of how we operate, how we conduct ourselves in a reopened community in our Commonwealth. The board will bring a range of perspectives, as the Governor said, including an understanding of workplaces and workforces, including insights into key areas like financial markets, education, local governance, manufacturing, and transportation. The board will tap into the entrepreneurial spirit that has been a force for decades and many years behind our Massachusetts economy. That positive force will continue to propel us forward through this process. We'll do a lot of listening to our Main Street businesses, our small business owners. We'll listen to the best academic institutions, thought leaders, and innovators from all over our Commonwealth. The 17-member advisory board is comprised of 3 public health officials, 3 municipal officials, and 11 leaders from the business community, including Transportation Secretary Stephanie Pollack. The board includes municipal leaders from different regions of our Commonwealth. We've always partnered with municipal leaders from all parts of our Commonwealth, rural, suburban, large and small cities, to help us as an administration do a better job of serving the people of this Commonwealth. And this task of the advisory board will be no different, working with the metro mayors, working with the local government officials statewide, from the Berkshires to the Cape and the Islands. Their insight is key. A lot of the decisions that we will make need to be enforced and implementable at the local level. That's why we've asked Lawrence Mayor Dan Rivera, who knows firsthand how to reshape and reorganize and literally reignite a community, given his background in Merrimack Valley and what they have gone through. We'll listen to people like the East Hampton mayor, Mayor LaChapelle, and a smaller Western Mass community. We'll listen to, obviously, the mayor of Boston, who's been a strategic partner with our administration, and he's asked his chief of staff, Catherine Burton, to step up and serve as part of this effort. We have a wide range of industry experts, as the Governor mentioned, bringing their diversity of thought and experience, as well as real time information around how they're seeing their own workplaces. Workplaces in other parts of the world transform into safer places for the workforce that they are connected to, but also for the people that they do business with in this new phase that our economy will enter. And importantly, the expert health officials. I'm so grateful that we have amazing people fighting and responding to the health needs of our communities during this phase of the response, but we'll also need their thinking around the reopening of our Commonwealth. So we've asked the President and CEO of Bay State, Dr. Mark Harewick, to help us. We've also asked the Professor of Medicine and Infectious Disease physician at Harvard Medical School, MGH, and Brigham and Women's. You know her and you're familiar with her amazing work, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, to inform us, as well as Commissioner Monica Burrell, who will inform the board's planning efforts and allow us to really understand the public health metrics that will guide us to making smart, informed decisions for the safety and health and well-being of the people of this Commonwealth. Our first meeting will take place this afternoon. We literally are rolling up our sleeves and we're getting to work today. The advisory board members also very engaged and very available to helping us spend a lot of time over the next few weeks to organize this effort for our Commonwealth. And while we listen to the advice from our advisory board, we'll continue to meet with stakeholder groups, from retailers to labor representatives to the construction industry to restaurants and a whole lot of different kinds of businesses and interested parties throughout this process. There'll be a lot of give and take. We can't do this alone without understanding the impact that our decisions have on the workplaces of our Commonwealth. And as the Governor said, we will develop the planning tool that will be the roadmap for reopening in a phased, smart, and safe manner to be completed around that May 18th time period. The top priority remains the health and safety of the Massachusetts residents, and our plan to reopen will include guidance for things like sanitized shared spaces, realistic social distancing protocols for customers and employees, and expanded access to testing. And finally, I'd just like to close by acknowledging and speaking from a common voice that we know COVID-19 has impacted every single aspect of our lives and our families' lives. And it's also impacted every facet of the business community of our Commonwealth. So it's incumbent on us to listen to all those voices, from the biggest companies of Massachusetts to the smallest on our main streets and in the neighborhoods of our communities, and work together to address their concerns, but also support them with a safe reopening of their businesses, of their workplaces, to make them safe for their workforce, but also safer for the people coming into these establishments. There's no question, as the Governor said, people feel a longing for those familiar places where we find such comfort and we receive such joy in visiting, whether it's going back to work or going to your favorite spots with your friends and your family. This effort will help us measure the data that's available to us, make those smart decisions, do the right things at the right time to make it safer for people to return to work and for also people to enjoy the pleasure of living in this great Commonwealth of Massachusetts. We can and we will do everything in our power to get this right. And I guess looking forward is maybe a good way to describe this effort as we peek ahead to the next phase of this effort. Thank you, and I'd now like to turn it back over to the Governor.